morning. It is Thursday, and I wanted to ask and see if this happens to anybody else. John and I got in a fight over something very stupid. We haven't talked for a couple of days. You know, it's just what we do. And this morning, I went up to try and talk to him, but he was still sound asleep. So I was frustrated because I want to get it off my chest. So therefore, I'm just assuming he wants to get it off of his. But guys work completely different than girls. Anyway, so I got in the car and I did not pack a lunch. I had to go pick up a Sam's Club order for our office. And so I stopped at McDonald's and to get a Diet Coke to wake up a little bit. And then I got 2 sausage McMuffins without the egg. 2. And I think it was because I'm just mad. So when John and I get into a little tiff or an argument, which, you know, I mean, we've been together 16 years, so they happen. I used to go and shop. God knows I don't need to go and shop. So I went to McDonald's and I was going to eat. And I got the first sausage McMuffin and I took a bite and I thought, oh my gosh, this is really good. I have not had one of these in a long time. I got about halfway through the sandwich and then my stomach says, oh, you don't like these things. And I thought, I used to eat 2 of them in one sitting. What's the problem? Well, I think the grease and maybe the fat or something, I don't know. So I ate half of the sandwich and just wrapped it up and threw it in the bag where there's still another whole one there. But I'm sure I have chow hounds at my office. Somebody will eat them. But it's just funny how there's just certain triggers that, you know, you try and be so conscious all the time of your feelings when you're trying to do a lifestyle change and eat good and try and fix the reasons why you're eating. But that trigger when we're angry at each other, in me, it triggers an emotional response immediately, and I didn't even realize it. I would just normally just get in the car and go shopping, and I feel better when I come home. Or I would eat something, stuff my face, and be like, yeah, I conquered that feeling, which is ridiculous because you didn't. All you did was just stuff it. Anyway, all right, so I almost failed. I had a half of a sandwich and realized there's no freaking way I can eat this thing without being sick. So 1.5 sandwiches are still packed away, which they will be given to my warehouse guys, and they will chow it in about 30 seconds. So this just surprised me that it could trigger this without me making a conscious decision. It's not like I was driving and said, oh, maybe I'll drive to McDonald's. It's like, no, next thing I knew, I'm in the drive-through line. Like, how did I get here? Seriously. It's just, my brain was on autopilot and I didn't even have to think, and that is probably why I ballooned up to 237 pounds. So, victory today. 3 bites, put it back. Now I just have to figure out how to deal with arguments with a loved one and not get my brain to go in, you know, auto mode. So 1, I didn't eat, but 2, it made me very aware of how my brain reacts to situations like this because I didn't know it. So, all right, something to work on. Oh, yay. All right, we'll talk to you guys soon. Good morning. It's Sunday morning. I'm getting ready for church here, and I just wanted to share with you something that happened. John and I haven't been seeing eye to eye all week, so we've been avoiding each other, which is what we do, which is much easier. But on Saturday, I was out running some errands, and I came home, and I forget what he said, but it made me mad, and there was this bowl of chocolate-covered raisinets, or chocolate-covered raisins. that he had got at Sam's Club, and he had put in a bowl, and I'm not sure why they're out. But I walked by without even thinking. I didn't even think like, hey, go over to the Raisinette bowl. But something he said just triggered, and I was just like, so frustrating. And so I just, as I walked by, I reached my hand in the bowl, and I took a small handful, popped them in my mouth, and I was chewing them without even thinking about it. All of a sudden, as I'm walking through the kitchen, I thought, I'm chewing this, I'm like, what am I doing? It was like, it took me like 2 or 3 minutes to realize what I had just done. I'm not kidding you, that's scary. So then I finished chewing them, of course, because they were in my mouth. What was I gonna do? And it tasted so good. But then I got so mad at myself, not so much because I had a couple of Raisinets, because I'm not eating added sugar. I haven't eaten added sugar since January 2nd. But what drove me crazy is the fact that my mind and body just reacted without me even thinking about it. I did not consciously do that. And once I swallowed them, then I felt kind of like sick, like, oh my gosh. So I was really very conscious of what I was eating this weekend after I did that, because I have not exercised for 2 weeks. Last week I was like deathly ill with bronchitis and the flu. Still got a little chest thing going on here, but feeling a little bit better. But I did not work out this week. I wanted 1 more week to get oxygen back flowing through my lungs like it's supposed to without coughing every time I breathe heavy. So 2 weeks of not working out, some Raisinets. Not that Raisinets is going to change the scale, but I really do think that not working out for 2 weeks straight now is going to affect my weight loss, and I think it will be a little bit lower this week, which is okay. I'm recovering from an illness, you know. It's not the illness that I couldn't eat, like the stomach flu. I didn't have the stomach flu, I had the body flu. So anyway, I just wanted to share that unconscious eating that just took over, and it kind of scared me that so then I did go and put the Raisinets in a Ziploc bag and put it in the pantry, because our grandkids love them, so I'm not going to throw them away, but at least they're in a Ziploc, so I will have to consciously open that bag and dip my hand into the Raisinets going forward. So, but that part won't be a problem. There's always candy in our pantry just because of the grandkids. So anyway, does anyone else ever do that? Just that unconscious eating? I mean, seriously, it kind of scared me, like, wow, I thought I was over that, you know? It's been almost 3 months, but I don't know, maybe down in your psyche, it just doesn't ever go away. So anyway, not to say that if he had a bowl of fruit sitting there that I would have grabbed a piece of fruit, but who knows? Who knows? All right, I will check in tomorrow at my weigh-in and let you know how no exercise and Raisinets did on the scale. I'll talk to you then. Bye. Good morning. It is Monday morning. It is my weigh-in morning. And I was a little bit concerned because, one, as you guys know, I didn't exercise this week at all because I'm still recovering from the flu and bronchitis. And then I had those Raisinets, which in itself wouldn't really adjust the scale that much. But on Sunday night, John just kept saying, you know, you need to have a little cheat night once in a while. And he says, what are you just dying for? And I said, oh, I think of Culver's caramel cashew sundae. And I can't eat ice cream at all, but I can eat custard. So he went and bought like a little pint of this caramel cashew ice cream. And I don't know if I was happy or sad, because I don't want to feel like I'm being sabotaged. And I gave in. But what I did is now this was on Sunday night, we had turkey burgers for dinner with some beans. So it was a pretty healthy meal. But I took the top of the bun off and just ate the bottom half of the bun because I knew that I was going to be having a little bit of the custard later. So I wanted to save calories. So after dinner then I took out, a pint is only like about this big, right? So I just took out like 3 tablespoons worth of ice cream. I threw it in the bowl and I ate it really, really, really slow because I knew that I wasn't going to do this again. And surprisingly, I didn't go back for more. It was satisfying because I ate it very slow and I felt like I had a little treat. Other than the Raisinets, it's the first time I've had any sugar. And so one success is that I can eat a little bit of sugar like that once in a while and not feel the need to go back and eat the rest of the pint. I was very pleased with it. However, with not exercising and still being sick and not eating the way that I should, not that I was eating bad, I just wasn't eating probably enough just because I just didn't feel like it. And so I was a little bit concerned about the scale. But I lost 0.8 pounds. So almost a pound. And I'm very happy with that. Normally, I would never be happy with that. I would think, what's wrong? What did I do wrong? But I'm very happy with that, considering that there's been no exercise for 2 weeks. I did have a little ice cream Sunday night, and when my weigh-in is a Monday morning, that probably isn't the best time to have a cheat day. But anyway, so I have lost a total of 23 pounds. I think it's 23 pounds. I'll have to look. But a total of 23 pounds in 12 weeks. So my goal was 2 pounds a week. I'm 1 pound shy, but I didn't expect to be sick for 2 weeks either. So I'll just push really hard for getting in some workouts and getting back to the gym. This week coming up, I'm feeling a little bit better. My lungs still aren't where they should be, so I'm gonna maybe take some water fitness or something where it's not as intense as my training. So all in all, I'm okay with, losing a little bit less than a pound because one, it's still a loss with no exercise. So I'm really, really pleased with what transpired. So here's to a good week, and I'll catch up with you guys soon. Bye-bye.